It's Super Tuesday. Here it is, the big day. But you know what? Today is not going to decide the nomination for either party. You know why? Because there aren't enough delegates being represented today for either party to be mathematically able to award its nomination, unless somebody just sweeps everything, right? Okay. So its game is still on. This is kind of an unusual situation. It's an unusual election year. Things are happening very differently this year than they've happened in the past. And that's a good thing. We need to shake it up. The other thing, in the Republican Party, listen folks, this is still a three-man race, and I've talked about that before, and the reason is that the delegate counts are close. All Mike Huckabee really has to do is pull ahead in Super Tuesday. All he has to do is get a lot of good support today, and he can not only still be a contender, but be in a position where later on in March, where states like mine are voting, my state could be a swing state and really change the election and get him the nomination if he stays tight, and he could, if he overtakes Romney or whatever. And you're thinking, what are you talking about? That's crazy. That's not going to happen. But why do you believe that? Because your friends and family all say that's the way it's going to be? Because the media says that's the way it's going to be? Listen, the only person who can decide what's going to happen in this election is you. I mean, your vote counts. Because you're not just one person, you're millions of people. And if you can decide to vote for who you believe in, millions of people can decide for who they believe in. And, it's not just about voting for, who's going to win. Well, this person's going to win, so I'm going to vote for him. No. That person can only win if you vote for them. If you say, well, I'd like to vote for this candidate, but they're not going to win. Well, no, they're not going to win. If people like you decide not to vote for them because they're not going to win, no, they're not going to win. They're relying on you. And you would be the one that let them down, and you would be the one that caused them to lose if you didn't vote for them. So it's in your hands. It really, really is. And if all of us will realize that and vote for who we believe in and believe in who we vote for, it'll change elections. It will. It can. It has in the past. It can in the future. The last thing I want you to realize is that when we talk about the President of the United States, it's not just the policies, it's not just the party that gets in office that matter. It's the person. That really matters. Not just that a person has the right views. It's not just what they stand for, but who they are in standing that matters. You can have the right party or the right policies in office, but not have the right person and gridlock Congress and not get anything done. You can have the right party and the right policies in office and not inspire voters and not get anything done. Listen, the president is not defined merely by the limits of his office. The president is a symbol for our nation, to either give us something to believe in or something to be depressed about. The mood of our country, our mood about our country, affects its direction. And if we can have a president who will give us hope, who will be positive, who will bring us up and not down, then we can go forward as a country. But if we have a president who doesn't believe in us, doesn't give us faith in ourselves as a nation, we won't believe in them, and our nation won't move forward. So it's very, very important that we elect not just the right party or the right platform or whatever, but the right person. And look, even if you're somebody who's a Mitt Romney supporter, don't let all the talk that McCain's got the nomination tied up deter you. Look, vote for who you believe in. Vote for who you believe in. Everybody has to do that. That's your responsibility. That's your freedom. That's your right as an American. There's a real good illustration of this idea that it's the person that matters. And it's Mike Huckabee's response to the last question of the most recent CNN debate. You can see this. YD 2008 has the whole debate up in 9 parts. Explore Huckabee has Mike Huckabee's answer. So those two channels, YD 2008 and YD, that's for you decide, 2008, and then Explore Huckabee. Those are 2 channels you should check out. And you can look at the entire question as asked to all the candidates and see how they respond. Or you can look at just Huckabee's response. But I really particularly want you to look at Huckabee's response, because the way he responds tells us something about him. particularly in comparison with the other candidates, but it tells us something about him, and he responds. And as he describes Ronald Reagan, I want you to know that I believe, from all my research about him and all my watching him and listening to him, I believe that he is unwittingly describing himself, and that's what makes him important for this country. But that's my view. The main thing I want to impress upon you is that you need to vote for who you believe in and believe in who you vote for. Don't let anyone else vote for you. If you vote because you've heard that so-and-so's going to win, then somebody else is voting through you. You're being somebody's puppet. Don't do it. Vote for yourself. Vote for what you believe in. And vote for America. Because we are a great nation. We can be great again. We need to be great again. And the only way we do it is if we own our power as ordinary citizens to affect the direction of this country, of the people, by the people, and for the people, is not just something Abraham Lincoln said a long time ago. It's something that's still true today, and needs to continue to be true today. We need to make it true today. You and I decide that that idea is true by voting, by participating, by believing in America.